Hello everyone, Daniel here, and today I'll be taking this through its paces. This is the Bissell PowerWash HydroSteam upright carpet cleaner with steam. Seems to say steam twice. It uses steam and water to deep clean carpets, which is quite obvious. The model number, as it says on the box, is model 4199E. So let's see how we get on.
So let's get this thing unboxed. We'll take this wrapper off. A lot of tape on this. Let's go down there, shall we? Yeah. Fumbling around with the scissors. Being very skilled, as you can see. Oh, there's another box. Covered in more plastic inside it. Oh look, a bolt head. And there we see it. You've already seen this in the intro, but people seem to like unboxings. Right, this is where I bodge up, I put it under there, and then put the box right on top of it. And oh look, there you go, it's gone. Right, so there's the box, with more plastic on it. Just what the world needs, more single-use plastic. But it's very heavy, so let's get this thicker plastic off. Oh, let's show you around the box first. There's not much on it really. A new breed of clean. Right, this is easier to cut. Look at that. Look at that gliding action. And again, watch this. Oh, no, yeah, oh dear. Let myself down. Oh, look at that, lovely gliding. Let's get rid of those scissors. And again, I show great skill in taking this plastic off. Oh, let's put the box right on top of it, and oh, I can't pull it out. Oh dear. Could that be any worse? Do you like my slippers? Okay, so there's the box. Let's take these handles out so we can slide everything out. Let's get this box open. I would use a knife, but apparently you can get demonetized if you use knives. Anyway, there we go, that's it. Scissors can go now. So here's the inside of the box. The first thing you are met with is an instruction book, which is good. Good thing, the first thing to see. And then various bits and bobs stuck on the top there. We've got one bottle of Oxygen Boost. I think that's for stains. And then, oh, what's this? This is the hand tool that goes with the hose. We'll see that later. And here's the other bottle. Oh no, this is first. This is a cleaning tool for cleaning the nozzle of that hand tool. It doesn't actually mention that in the book, so I don't know how to use that. And here's the other sample bottle of just normal wash and protect carpet cleaner. And here's the main handle of the machine, wrapped in more plastic, as you can see. Get that off. There it is. It's quite well constructed. It's obviously all plastic, but it's quite heavy duty plastic. And there's some instructions just to do with this handle, if I show you the right way up. This is repeated in the instruction book, but it's quite handy to have it on the actual tool. Let's get this top bit of carpet out. Cardboard. And there we see the main machine. But first, here's I don't know why they've put it in here. I suppose it's better than plastic, but it's quite good for transporting, I suppose. Here's the hose for the hand tool. So the hand tool goes on the other end. This is the bit that connects to the main cleaner. And that's the tool goes on the end of that with a trigger. Let's put that down. Get some more cardboard out. That doesn't seem to be in for any reason. And then here's one of the water bottles. I think this is the clean water. So let's get rid of this plastic off. yeah, this is where you put the clean water with the carpet cleaner in, and it gives you some indications of how much you need to put in depending on the size that you're cleaning. Let's put that down. And here I try and get this thing out, but it's really heavy. So I have a couple of attempts here. Let's try this. Let's try this. No. Try lifting it out. Oh, it all gets stuck. Oh dear. No, it's not working. Let's put it back down again. Now I have a bit of a think here. Big brain is on. Oh, here we go. Here's a cable. Now this is really impressive. This is thick cable that's sort of braided. With that taken out, I can lift the whole thing out. Big strong man, eh? So there's the unit with more plastic on it. You can see the brush there. This is probably the only time you'll ever see that brush so clean. And here's the wastewater bottle. You see it's much smaller than the input bottle. We'll come on to that later with the sticker as to how to use it. But again, it's very heavy duty. This is twist it the wrong way first. Isn't that always the way? Get rid of that. Get rid of this bit of plastic. Great British plug there. Safest plugs in the world, and I'll argue that. But as you can see, this cable is ridged and very heavy duty. It's got a nice clip as well for when you wrap it around the cleaner. You can clip the cable together. Let's put that down there. So here's the unit. There's the connection for the handle and the main switch. You'll see there's two positions to that switch. So let's get the handle. Oh no, let's get the water bottle. Now this is where I try and put the water bottle. There's some instruction there as to what you do. Let's get rid of that cardboard. And that's where you put the water in, with a little rubber gasket in there. And it tells you there how hot the water should be. 60 degrees is quite hot water. It'd be hot, very hot to the touch, so it's quite good that you can use such hot water. Now I try and put it in here. No, it's the wrong one, Daniel. No, it won't go anyway. That's it, work it out. Come on, big brain. There you go, it goes there. But even now I've done it wrong, because as I get the handle now, oh, hang on, let's get the wastewater. This is where I realise what should go on the bottom. But let's take this sticker off. Fortunately, it's a sticker that doesn't leave any residue. And a handle to pull it out. And you just lift the top off when you want to empty it. I haven't worked out what that is for. I don't think I do work out, to be honest. Why it slides up and down like that. But you can see the narrow part goes in and clips. That's it, clicks in place quite securely. And this is where I realise I've put the clean water on, but I need to take that off. You won't get that on. No, work it out. It's not going to go in there, is it? There you go. Now it clicks lovely into place. And now this can go over that. Lovely. And there we have the assembled unit. Like I say, it's very heavy, but the majority of the weight is in the base there. So it's nice and easy to push, but it means it sits nice, lovely and flat on the carpet that you're about to clean. I'm not going to clean what you see here because this is a rug, and they don't recommend you clean rugs with it, I don't think. But anyway, these rugs can go in the washing machine, so that's alright. So there you go. That's the main unit. And there's the trigger. You see that trigger where my finger is now? And that's how you take it all apart. This is where I think the hose goes in there, but it doesn't. The hose doesn't attach on that part. That is purely for the handle. So let's put the handle back. There, there's only one way of doing it. And now, what's this flap for? There you go. So that is where you plug the hose for doing hand tool for furniture and things like that, where you can't get the main unit. It doesn't do steam through that hose. And see that deliberate mistake there? I left that little flap open. That will come into play later. But there you go, you put the tool on the end of that hose and it's got its own trigger, but so it can clean furniture and curtains and all sorts of things. So there's the main unit. I don't think I put the water bottle back on, but let's get this thing going. Right, let's get this thing started. Take the cable off. You'll see I've already put the clean water with some carpet cleaner in it. So let's plug this in. There you go, let's not trip over the cable. So you choose from this switch. I'm going to choose the second position because I've got no stains to clean. And you see it turns on and there's a light in front of that switch. Can you see it? The bright white light. We have to wait for that. No, we see that actually there's a light at the bottom of the carpet cleaner. You'll see I'm pointing to the light in front of the screw. That doesn't change. Actually, I'm thinking of the light right at the bottom, just underneath the waste water. There you go, it's gone green. I'm just pointing to it now. That means the steam is ready. So let's get this thing going. And I pull the trigger, and there you go. You'll see steam coming out. Hopefully. There you go, some steam coming up from the carpet. But here we go. This is where we come up against the problem. You'll see it's not sucking any water up. It's steaming the carpet nice, but it's not sucking anything up, so nothing is going into the wastewater. And I don't realise this at first, but it is cleaning the carpet, it's just getting it more and more wet, because I've got my finger on the trigger right now. And you'll see the steam coming up through occasionally. Let's get all that you see cleaned. I don't do the whole room, just do what you can see. Knock into the camera there. And as you see, I'm running out of clean water now because I've got my finger on the trigger all the time. You see the steam there, can't you? But there's still nothing going into the wastewater. I haven't worked this out yet. There's lots of steam, it's like I'm ironing the carpet. And it's very noisy, but that's okay, you expect these things to be noisy. And at this point, I realised that the instruction book said to let go of the trigger and then do some dry runs, pulling the water up. And it's at this point that I realised it's not sucking anything up. Why is that? It doesn't come to me just yet. I have to sort that out. The light bulb will go on in a minute. Don't worry. Please don't shout at the screen. It's my first time using this machine. I'm going slowly, thinking it's not sucking any water up. Aha! There you go. Now watch. See all that water coming up through the base? There was no suction there without that flap closed. So now we are actually pulling water up through the carpet. And I can see it doing a good job as I'm doing it, to be honest. I forgot to take a before and after picture, but you can see the carpet is coming up clean. Go over it a few times, knock the camera a few times. But you can see it sucking up the water now. So maybe if I'd started it correctly, it would be pulling more water up, but it is pulling some up. I think I need to go a bit slower, and I do slow down a little bit in a moment. I'm using it like I would use a dry vacuum cleaner, and I think you need to be a bit slower with these. And this is where you see I realise that now, and you see the water sucking up lovely at the front. You will also see there's not much going into the waste container. What is going in there is really dirty, so it needed doing, but I'm quite surprised as to how little it's sucking up. I pushed down on that to see. An old carpet cleaner we used to have to do this to get it to work, but this thing is so heavy that doesn't have any effect, which is good. So I think we're going to get some good use out of this one. There you go, so if I stop and go slowly, it sucks up more water. Maybe not this slow, but it does help. It goes a little slower. There you go, look at that. And you'll see it coming down into the waste now. Look. Couple of minutes now before I finish. But I will say, I am impressed with it. Yes, it's very heavy, but it glides along fairly easily, so the weight doesn't become a problem. But maybe next time I use it, if I have that flap shut from the start, it'll be more effective. But then the carpet will soak up quite a bit of the water, and I think it's quite efficient, because I only used less than half a litre of water, and it's quite a big area of carpet, so there won't be much waste from that, but there is some. Peace at last. So let's have a look to see how much water is in there. Amazingly, hardly any, look. Yeah, I'm quite surprised at that. But the carpet doesn't feel that wet. So that's the end of that.
So, what do I think of this? Well, as I said earlier, my first impressions were very good. It's a very heavy machine, and it goes together so easily. And the accessories are great. I haven't used the hand tool yet, but it seems easier. The machine doesn't do steam through that, but you could see when I was cleaning it, the steam coming off the carpet. What I was quite surprised at, this is a very small area of carpet, but there was not much dirty water in the waste. So I suspect the carpet's going to take a while to dry. But having said that, the carpet wasn't that wet, but the amount of water that came out of this very much doesn't equate to the amount of water that came into the waste. So there's obviously a lot of water still on the floor. And I did what it says by doing a few dry runs. Did you notice my deliberate mistake of not closing this, which is where you put the nozzle? So there was no suction for quite a while of that, but it still does a good job. I was quite surprised. So that was a real user error. Yeah, I'm really impressed. What I like about it is the heaviness of the base. We've had one from Vax before, which did an okay job, but it needed one of us or something strapped to the front of the base because it was so light. It didn't push down onto the carpet, so it didn't suck much water up. Whereas this is so heavy, which normally in a vacuum cleaner is a bad thing, but on this it's ideal because it means it clamps down onto the carpet and sucks as much up. It's dead easy to use. It's just got one trigger and two position switch. One for deep cleaning stains. It says chocolate and jam and things like that. Get rid of that first with the first section, and then use the second one, which is the steam, to clean it normally. But we don't really have any of those big stains, so I'm just using the second option. Yeah, I particularly like the thickness and the braid of the cable and the length of it. You should be able to do a whole downstairs area without having to unplug it. So yeah, I guess the only downside is it doesn't suck up all the water that you put down, but I think all carpet cleaners are guilty of that. And the manual is so easy to use, so easy to read rather. It explains everything using pictures and some words. And I think there's a bigger manual you can download online. So yeah, my impressions are good. This is a good carpet cleaner. Thanks for watching.